I have this rear deck mounted brake light with incandescent bulb. Newer ones probably have LED lights in them. First thing I'm going to do is remove the incandescent bulb and replace with some LED strip lights. I want to make it a low current device. The bulb would work just fine and probably be brighter, but I have these LED strip lights and I'll cut a section just for size. You can get this type of lighting online. I got mine off of Amazon. You can cut it to any length you need. Now I just had to make up some lettering to go over the lens. So what I did, I had some plexiglass, some kind of plastic. I think it's maybe plexiglass, I'm not sure. But I tried cutting it with a hacksaw first and found it just shattered really easy, so I couldn't cut it that way. So in my toolbox I found this all-purpose carbide cutter and used it as a scoring tool. And I did use a straight edge, and I was able to cut out the pattern I needed. So while I didn't get a perfectly straight cut along my straight edge, I think I got something that'll work. And then I had this transfer on lettering. It's kind of old, so it didn't want to transfer very well, but I applied that to the plastic. And then what I did was take some spray paint, black spray paint, and just sprayed over the lettering to give me a black background. Then I went back later and kind of scratched off that transfer on lettering. I cleaned up the area as good as I could, and I did have to touch it up a little with a Sharpie along some of the edges. I decided I wanted to add a switch in here, so I put a switch on the back of the housing. Since the LED lights have an adhesive on the back, self-sticking, I decided to mount the LED lights on the rear housing. And then I want to tidy up the wires a little bit here using a cable tie to make sure the wires are not in the way of the lighting at all, showing up on the lens. We'll go ahead and clip this off and things will look a little better. Would be a good idea to put a fuse in line on DC line here too, just in case you get some kind of a short. Well, looks like everything's working, and now that I'm satisfied with my lettering, although not perfect, I'll go ahead and mount that on the front lens. And the way I have it cut, it just fits in there just snugly. I won't have to do anything else there, except if you notice on the top edge, there's a little bit of a gap there. I'll have to fill that in so you don't see the red on that top gap due to my cutting. Then I'll go ahead and put an Anderson power pole on the DC connector, because that's what I use around here a lot. And that should work just fine. Thanks for watching on 7.3 WD0AKX.